Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It is Wednesday the 16th of September and we have new mods. We also have an update today, only one. The update today is the large storage hall. This is by GeForce Modding and Dash Modding. The update does say added divider walls with visibility control, added a red and blue option to the buildings and other small adjustments. This was the big barn that had the lift that went up to a raised platform higher above. So on to the first of our mods for today, which is this in front of us. This is the pack BigBag by Cyril Modding 88. There are three in this pack. There is a fertilizer bag, a seed bag and a lime bag. They are 2,000 litres each. Unfortunately I'm in the dark a little bit because I'm in the shadow of the building. I'm surprised they've got away with the branding on those. Don't often get away with that. But anyway, nice looking bags, 2,000 litres. As you would expect, everything looks okay. However, there is a problem with the pricing. You'll find these under big bags. Now if we scroll across, these are my kind of rule of thumb big bags, the genetic big bag seeds. Obviously there are loads of mods available, but the prices there vary depending on what the product is. With these, they're 3,200 each, regardless, for 2,000 litres. The problem with that is the price is way off. It's people aren't going to use them if they're too expensive. I'm surprised, unless it's a mistake or a typo or something like that. Because if we look at the big bag seeds in the other one, in the Genetic X big bag, it's 1,800 there for 2,000 litres. For the same one in this new pack, it's 3,200 for 2,000 litres. That I just honestly can't see why people will. The fertiliser is fair enough. It's on this one. It's 3,200, isn't it? The genetic big bags. So the big bag fertiliser 3,200 for 2,000 litres, and the genetic big bag one is exactly the same. So that's, where are we? Yeah. So that is like for like. There's no problem at all with that whatsoever. The one that's a little bit, I mean, it's way out. I mean, to be honest with you, is the final one, which is the lime bag. 3,200 for 2,000 litres. Well, lime's normally about 400 for 1,000. The genetic big bag other mod is only 400 for 2,000 litres, which is a great price. But 3,200 for 2,000 litres, no one's going to pay that. There are lots of mods and buy anything silos and things available that you can get all different prices, but people generally will go for the cheapest they can. Simply because it's a product that you use a lot of, seed, fertiliser, lime, all those types of things. So people will look for the best price to save them the most amount of money to make them the most profit. I'm assuming they're going to get an update. I assume it's a typo. I can't imagine they will stay like that. Moving on, we've got these. This is the European style letterbox with optional sleep trigger. This by CNS Modding Annmarie. There's a sleep trigger version and a standard version. The one on the left is a standard version. The one on the right is a sleep trigger version. They all have a number 7 on them. Well, that one says Meadow Grove Farm. Didn't notice that before. They're nicely detailed. As you can see, that's the sleep trigger. I'm not tired, so I'm absolutely fine. These you will find under placeables, under farmhouses. You'll find the sleep trigger ones. So we've got a black one, red one, green, blue, and there's a sort of galvanised silver one. 500 each. They are one slot each, and those ones in this particular pack or that particular section are your sleep through the night triggers. But if we come out of there and go into I think it's decoration. I'm sure it's decoration. There we go. We've got the same boxes, but these aren't sleep triggers. They're only 300 each, also one slot. So if you just wanted to use it as a decorative piece to
put down on your map, you absolutely can. So there you go. That's the European style letterbox with optional sleep trigger by CNS Modding Annmarie. Next up, we've got this. This is the Joskin Trans-KTP 2765. This is by NicoPixes. Really nicely detailed. Slot count's not too high on this one either, which I really like on that. Loads of detail. Often you'll get mods with not as much detail but a high slot count, some with loads of detail and a high slot count. You don't always get them with loads of detail and a low slot count. It's only 11, which is pretty good considering the detail on this. I think the only drawback on this one is the price is a little bit, I think we've just been spoilt recently. We've had a load of trailers that have been a fairly good capacity for fairly cheap, but this you will find under tools, under trailers. There we go. The Trans-KTP 2765. It's 61,399 for 27,000 litres, and that capacity doesn't alter. That's what you get. So it's fairly highly priced. But again, I don't know if we've just been spoiled because we have had some really good ones. Options available. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette, like so. Rim colour, like so. And then the design colour is the chassis. Let's go for something that stands out. Oh, that's hideous, but there you go, the chassis. Then options on tyres, we've got Michelin, and we've got Nokians. Hang on a second, under the Michelins, we've got standard, or we've got wides, and then I think the Nokians is wide, well, kind of bigger anyway as a standard. But anyway, those are the options available for tyres and colours. What we'll do is just hook it up. Actually, I'm not going to tip it yet, but we'll have a look at the lights. Just because it's got lights on it, and all trailers, I say all trailers, most trailers do. There we go, lights, indicators. I'm going to use it in a minute to show the next mod. But there you go, it's a nicely detailed trailer. It's, you know, it may be exactly what you're looking for. Nice looking dump trailer. That's by NicoPixes. So, moving on to the last of our mods for today. And this, people are going to be divided over this on whether they like them or not, or whether they're a good idea. I've kind of used them before, not these mods, but certain maps. The Valley of the Old Farm had a building site. Certain maps do, and I've kind of gone down a narrative route where I've done excavating or putting earth in. That's what this mod pack is designed to do. This is the pack site by Sphinx. There are some really nice models, I suppose, in this pack. They look really cool, but like I say, it's not going to be for everyone. I know a lot of people will complain and say this is supposed to be farming simulator, not building simulator. We do have a few different mods that can be used, but in this first one we've got the trench down here already dug. Now this has got a road section next to it and a few different details that come with it. We've got this one over here, which is like more of a building site. The house is being built. The gate's fairly narrow. It does open and close. There's some animations. There's some lighting animations on these mods as well. When we go around the back of this one, we've got a small trench around the back that can be filled or dug out. I know the modders damned if they do and damned if they don't with something like this, because people might say, yeah, but I wanted to dig it out. Other people might say, but I wanted to fill it in. So which do you do? If you want to dig it out, then you've got to put something into it first, which generally speaking will be barley. It's the crop that looks most like dirt if you want to dig it out. So you do have to fill all these trenches up yourself before you can dig them out. So it is a narrative driven thing, but it does give you a chance to use some of the mods we've had recently, like the Hudig, the Hitachi, the Lipa 902. You know, it's quite narrow around here. This one you might only be able to use the Hudig. It depends, you know, what you're looking at being able to do. We then have we got some trench patch. Mine's gone blank. Now the one I've kind of set up already over here is the slightly larger one, telegraph pole. We've got a hole in the middle and some stuff around the outside, and then we've got further over various different sized, just flat areas with a hole in the middle for you to use trenches, and you can put things around them, however you want to go about it. Again, you may not want to use this, you may think it's a silly idea. The one thing with no man's land, because the water plane is quite high, to allow for the fact that when you landscape you can make your own lakes and rivers, in placing the next two, the larger ones, because they're deeper and much bigger, they actually filled with water. So I suppose you could simulate the fact that you're filling in a, I don't know, a pond or a swimming pool, or if you were doing it on no man's land. Now, something else I did try to do with this pack is now the water will only be on no man's land. You're not going to get that on every map you place these on. I did try and landscape around them, because I thought if you went through the trouble of let's fill it up and let's go through a kind of storyline or a narrative, can you then grass over it? Can you, you know, the grass went over kind of, but didn't take particularly well over the top. And then I tried to do a kind of concrete pad over it. The concrete pad went right up to the edge. Wouldn't do. We did one half but not the other, so it wouldn't allow me to do that. Is it limited? Yeah, of course it is. Like I say, you've got to put something in it first. Bearing in mind your options available for what you're going to put in here are going to be something like barley or oats, which is a lighter colour, which I think I used oats on Washoe when I did a storyline like that to simulate a more sandy ground. Possibly the texture around this could have been a little bit lighter to maybe match the barley a little bit more, so it kind of looks a little bit more like the earth coming out. I mean, again, it's nitpicking. So you tip into it and you can fill it up. Now, unlike something else I was thinking was, would it have like a fill up point, like when you're doing greenhouses and you've got the manure triggers and you tip the manure in, it reaches a point and says no more, you know. I did wonder whether it would do that, whether it would reach a fill point and then wouldn't fill anymore, but it doesn't. This will continue to fill, so if you tip into one of these trenches it will just pile up over the top. Hence why I brought over the bulldozer to try and level it out a little bit. But once it's full you can dig it out. If it's empty you can fill it back in again. But you know, I think it's a great idea, and we'll have a look at it first. I've got to remember now, I think it was under miscellaneous, not decoration. So we've got trench 1, which is the one I'm kind of over at the moment. Trench 1 is 29 slots because it's quite a bit of detail. Trench 2 with the building under construction is 35 slots because there's a lot more detail on that one, although my one didn't come with the tree that it shows in the picture there. Trench 3 is the section of road that's got the trench alongside it, and we've got trench 4, trench 5, which are the two longer trenches. Then the square ones that go up inside are earthworks, and they're a little bit deeper, going all the way up to earthworks 4, which is the biggest one that had water in the bottom of it. All of the earthworks are only 1, and I think trench 4 and trench 5 are also 1 slot. So these were 1 slot each, and then the ones that were with a bit more detail, like I say, were 29, 35, and that one was 19. Sorry, I didn't say what the slot was on that. So those are the mods. As far as digging out goes, like I said, I just grabbed the lead pair. I think I had it installed anyway. Whoa, wasn't expecting that. But we can tip out. Oh, it says. If I can line it up properly. Obviously from inside it might be a little bit easier. Bring it down into the hole and then scoop. So you are actually removing what's in it. It does say barley at the bottom, but you know, like I say, it depends how you want to go about it. I just think as an idea it's brilliant. Like I say, we have had it on various different maps, but having it as an option as a placeable is quite cool. What I will do is just turn that off a second. I'll jump into the bulldozer. If I push that over the hole, it overfills. But what you can do where it has overfilled, if you go along the edge, it will kind of scoop out what you don't need, but then it will fill up the hole where you do need it. So if you want to refill a hole, you can either do it from a trailer or you can do it using this.
It may not be your thing. This is by Sphinx. Did I say that at the start? Apologies if I didn't. I did try and run the... I had a lorry with the trailer for bringing the first lot out, and I tried to run it either side of the trench, but I got it caught in the trench and then I couldn't get it out again. So potentially, with a wide enough wheelbase and coming straight on, you could maybe... I'll see if I can do it. Obviously this is not how you're going to fill these up. You do it from the edge, but I'm just thinking more like a kind of vehicle pit. If you come over it like that, so it will overfill, like I say. It won't get to a point where it says it's taken enough. So then you would have to come along with a plough or an X, whatever it is, and level it off if that's what you wanted to do. But there you go. And it's a novel idea. I like it. I think it's quite cool. It's not going to be for everyone, that's for certain. And that's it. That's the mod for today. I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.